Well, howdy, folks. I'm thinking about judgmentalism. What's my view on judgmentalism? Well, I guess it would depend on what's the topic we're looking at, what the person's opinions are. But I tend to treat people's opinions as their prerogative. They may differ from my own. And some people have beliefs that I tend to think of their beliefs as opinions, which some people would criticize my way of thinking that way. They might think, well, I'm lessening something that's so important. People consider it a belief, and to think of it as an opinion kind of lessens the stature of whatever they're believing. Well, you're free to think that way if you wish. Everything we know is learned during the course of our lives. Even our beliefs. Our beliefs are not a natural occurrence. So from the time you're born, and as you're learning to talk, and those around you are speaking about different issues, you may only know one way of thinking that has been presented to you, and you just start believing it. And then as you get older, you might start running into other people that think a different way, have different beliefs. Well, my way of dealing with people's beliefs is to think of them as opinions. Now, we all judge people one way or another. We make judgments all the time. That's how we stay in tune with our own way of thinking. Because if we hear somebody speaking differently than ourselves, to look at what they're saying and come up with how we feel about what they're saying, what they're believing, their opinions, it kind of reinforces our own opinions or beliefs on whatever subject they're talking about. I feel that judging things is, well, it has some natural connections to it that, we're always judging things. Now, what do we do with these judgments, and how are we going to treat people once we make a judgment call on whatever they're sharing with us? Well, I think it's best to try to lessen sometimes the importance of our own judgments. Say you're working at some place and the owner, the management maybe of the place seems to think a different way. Well, to get along with these people, just like in other situations in life, it's good to find common ground and work for a common cause together. And obviously people speak and share their ideas, and well, we make our judgments. But say in the workplace, you got to be a little careful how you deal with other people's ideas, especially if it's like the management or the owner of the place. You don't want to stir up some extra trouble for yourself. So you got to use some diplomacy. Now, outside the workplace, with your friends, your family, acquaintances, strangers, whoever you meet, it's probably in your best interest to to try to do the same thing. You know, unless you're a real rabble-rouser. Some people like to stir up problems. And one way of doing that is to be excessively judgmental with somebody, tear apart their ideas. Some people would put other people down. It can get pretty extreme at times. Well, I, like anyone else, have my ideas on things. And I pretty much try to allow for the differences of opinion. Not that I have a choice, you know, it's not really allowing. It's more of a recognition. If you recognize someone else's point of view, the recognition of which doesn't mean you approve of it, not that they're seeking your approval. The recognition just means that you're allowing them, there's that word again, allow. The recognition just shows that you can appreciate that their mind has considered certain ideas. Hopefully they considered them, they just didn't take them at face value without questioning them. But you listen to what they got to say. If they seem like the kind of people you can discuss whatever you're listening to that they're saying, that's all well and good. Some people don't want to hear opposing views to their own. I've run into some people, well, I had a girlfriend once that she basically told me, you know, the things that we disagreed on, she didn't want to hear me talking about them. So that wasn't too good. I would just like to say that I think it would be beneficial for peace between people to allow people their ideas, discuss them with them if they're open for discussion, and lessen the importance of your own judgment call about whatever they're talking about. Now you can make that judgment call. It's all fine, but you shouldn't belittle somebody because they think different than you. Now, I guess there's some occasions that some people's ideas are pretty mixed up, even bad, detrimental to themselves and others. You may have to apply some wisdom to dealing with these people. Sometimes it's just best to avoid people that are a little bit too mixed up, people that you can't get through to. So, as far as judgmentalism, just be careful how you use it in your dealings with other people. Have a good night. Or good day, depending on what time you're looking at this video. See you later.